I've been feeling like a total crankster. I had found these little napkins on clearance that had orange flowers and made me very happy. But I don't know if I can actually use them as napkins because I don't want to ruin them and my head's cut off. But I took some and I put them on the door. So I'm deciding if I like that look, but I do like looking at the orange flowers. They're quite joyful. So we'll see. It next time might be napkinless. I should double check and make sure my microphone is exactly right and my camera is exactly right because I've been too busy chatty patty. Okay. So for now, you're just taking note that you're here, you've arrived at yoga, and you can take a few deep breaths. Maybe you want to take a sigh out of the mouth. And if you're seated, you can have your feet on the ground. So feel the connection of your feet on the ground. And if you're not seated, you can just put your awareness on your feet and on the soles of your feet. Just notice. And you might let your eyes close, taking a few deep breaths here. And I know last week we were talking about and imagining flowers, spring. Now today, maybe you can think of a color that brings you joy, like the orange in my napkins brings me joy. I chose to put orange on my website for postures, breath, and joy. It makes me happy. So maybe you think of a color that feels nice and that looks nice to you. And as you breathe here, breathe in the color. You can see the color vibrant and bright and lively. And then on the exhale, the color could soften. And if your color is a pastel, that's fine. You're just breathing in and breathing out, thinking about this color. It can be swirling around, or you could just imagine it on your heels or the tip of your nose, whatever works for your visualization. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice if thoughts come in and then go back to the breath and the color. And without forcing, let the next few breaths be really full. Deep breath in and full exhales as well. You might even sigh it out if that feels good. And now allow your breath just to be human being instead of human doing. And bring your hands to touch in front of your heart center. You can let go of the color, or you can just keep it. Breathing in and out, thinking of your color the whole practice. That's fine too. And from our hearts out, let's send something good out into the world, to a place, to a person. Releasing your hands and blinking your eyes open. We're going to bring awareness to the wrists, just making some wrist circles. Switching direction. Keep them very relaxed and happy. Not trying to get some huge range of motion. And then you'll make a soft fist and we'll do the circles that way. Completely different. Also, I'm holding my arms like this. I don't know why. I could lower my arms. So you could put your arms anywhere you'd like. And we'll switch direction. And release. Let your arms come down by your sides. Your next inhale, arms reach up, palms up, reaching up. Exhale to your heart. And you do that several times, nice and slow. Inhale, reaching up through the waist, through your rib cage, and hands to heart on your exhale. So if you're lying down, you can make some snow angel arms. You can reach your arms up and over. You could also rest your hands on your heart and breathe. And do a couple more like this, and then we'll change it up. And we'll start again with arms by our sides. When you're ready, don't rush there. And this time we'll do some wrist circles as the arms float up And as the arms go down, switch direction and just take the arms back down. We won't go to the heart. Just going down by the sides. And we roll the wrists one direction on the way up, happy and sweet, not aggressive. And then on the way down, we switch direction. And we'll do just one more like that. It's pretty amazing how quickly that can get some good feels. And especially when you take the arms way up there. Good. And then let your arms rest. Palms down or palms up. Noticing fingers, the palms of your hands, wrists and arms all the way up through your shoulders and your heart center. We'll take a few more breaths here. Blink your eyes open. We'll keep some options here. Hands can be on the thighs. I'm scooting forward a little bit in my chair. So as we take some side bends, you can let one arm rest, or you could let it hang or use the leg of your chair if that's available. If you're lying down, you can take the half moon or crescent moon shape, right? You can stretch your body out and take your legs and your arms one way. So a little side stretch. Oh, now I'm twisting. Side stretching, Terry, not twisting. So excited for the twist. If you're stretched out, lying down, go ahead and switch sides. Long twist, second side. And we are continuing slow and steady, not rushing, side to side. One more each way. Coming back to center, gentle twist. Pick one side, really ease in. Notice if you just went boom and tried to make it as deep as possible. Make it really gentle. And then as we stay and we breathe here, maybe it will feel a little bit more. If you're lying down, bend your knees, take a gentle twist to one side. Feel your sit bones if you're seated. Feel your feet on the ground. And feel this rotation as you're nice and tall. Spiral. And another few breaths here. Maybe now you feel like, oh, I'd like to go a little deeper or do less. Coming back to center. Let's take some cat cows between the sides. You're resting if you're on your back. You can do some pelvic tilts if you'd like. Moving the lower back, the spine. One more, cat and cow. Finding your neutral first, where you feel tall, then twisting to the second side. Notice the twist on this side. Do you want to do less? Would you like to do a little more? Two more full breaths here. And we'll come back to center. And again, some cats and cows. You might, if you're on your back, just hug your knees in. Getting a little rounding of the spine when you do that, kind of cow pose. Subtle, but nice. Just a couple more rounds. Coming back to center, we'll thread the needle now with the left leg on top. That may look like left leg crossed on top of the right. You might have the ankle or just above the ankle on the right thigh in this kind of more figure four shape, the more traditional thread the needle, but it's supposed to feel good. So explore. Take some moments to arrive here in this pose, and you can experiment. You can lean forward. You can stay up tall. You, of course, can take huge exhale, maybe making some sound out of the mouth. Ah, letting go. If it's available, taking a few ankle circles with your left foot and ankle. Oh my goodness, sounded like popcorn. Switch direction. And release. We'll spend a few more breaths here. Again, you could lean forward or stay up tall. You might even round. Sometimes I'll say keep the spine long. Don't round here, but maybe rounding feels good right now. almost a cat-cow. Big breath in, full breath out. And slowly releasing the first side. Just take a moment. You might notice left hip, leg, foot, and ankle, and then notice the right. And then we'll switch sides. You're lying down or you're seated here. You can cross the leg, or you can take this, thread the needle just above the ankle is on top of the left thigh, right leg on top, completely different side. This is a favorite of mine. It's lazy lady yoga, where I can just place my elbow here and rest my heavy head. And it feels kind of groovy. What can you find in the pose that feels good in your body for this practice today? Remember your color. What would the color look like right now? Moving into your hip. And if available, right ankle circles. Switching direction. Letting the ankle rest, staying here for a few more breaths, finding the shapes that feel delightful, that feel just right. Perhaps really sighing it out on your exhales. Making your way back up, releasing the second side. Now, I wanted to do some heel raises, so you may decide. I'm going to give a few options. If you're lying down, it's kind of a point and flex. That's kind of the movement, right? If you're with your feet on the ground seated, it's a heel lift and lower, or you could draw the top part of the foot up, so you could go back and forth. If you would like, you can stand, use your chair or your wall for balance, and it's a lift and a lower. It is not easy. This work is really good. Look, I could use the wall and the chair. It's a lot of good work for the foot, the ankle, and the calf. We try to go straight up and straight down. Oftentimes I'm going to lean forward, but I am trying to stay in Tadasana, mountain pose, and go up. Also, you want to be mindful of what your ankles are doing. So we don't want them going out to the side. We're going to try to keep hips, knees, and feet in line as we go up, not off to the side, although that looks kind of cool. Probably not the best. So just a few more. Lifting and lowering. Don't forget to breathe. Last one. And then we're going to bring awareness into the feet and walk around the mat for balance, playing with balance. If you are lying down, put your awareness in your feet, bend your knees, feel your feet. You could lift one leg, lower, lift the other. Feel your feet connecting to the mat if you're not standing today. Even if you're in your chair, feel your feet on the ground and notice in your mind's eye what it would feel like connecting as if you were walking. Feel free to pause and breathe in some shape that you can decide what it is. Messy tree, orange flower, and maybe go backwards. Oh, some days balance is tricky. And when you're ready, we are coming down to your mat, lying down. You will not need your chair again, unless you really want it for Shavasana, for legs on the chair. But I think you'll get an inversion in bridge pose, so I don't think you'll need it, but that is up to you. Coming down onto your mat, adjust the camera. Lying down in the shape of Shavasana to start, unless that does not feel good for your low back, in which case bend your knees. This is something that can feel very supportive, because you can let yourself surrender into the weight of the floor, your mat, the bed, whatever you're on. And if you would like to do this, you can surround your body with your color, maybe like an outline right around, as if you had a pretty marker or paintbrush and you went right around your body. Notice if there's tension in your feet or in your hands or in your face, and try to allow a little relaxation. And we will take that crescent moon shape now. We'll do it a little differently today. So you'll take the right leg to the right and your left leg will follow. Keep your pelvis down. And you may have already done this one, so you get a second visit. And then your arms, let's just first reach them up and over and then bring them back down by your side. So we'll do that a few times. Just reaching up and over. Next time you take your arms up and over, you can leave them there if you'd like. If not, bring them back down. You may decide here to do the Skodasana, taking the torso a little bit to the right. If the arms feel like too much, remember, you can take them into a T or into a Shavasana shape. Breathing into both sides of the body. If you drew your outline, part of your color and your outline is going to be over there, but you're out of the shape right now, in a different shape. Very slowly, we make our way back to neutral or neutral-ish. Settle for a moment before side two, maybe a little wiggle asana. And then left leg to the left, right leg follows. And a few times with the arms first. We go up and over and back down. Yoga flow. The next time you take your arms up and over, you can leave them there if you'd like. And you can do shimmy. Torso to the side. Remember, you can release the arms at any time. Breathing into both sides of the waist, even the side that is contracted. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly coming back to center. This time, you can draw your legs in toward your chest and take upside down child's pose for a few breaths. If you'd rather rock gently side to side, you can always do that. We will move into a gentle twist here. So yogi's choice. You have your knees hugged in, you can drop them to one side to a pillow or a prop. Or I've been enjoying gentler twists lately. So I'm going to start with my feet on the ground, just shift my pelvis a little bit and then drop my legs. And in fact, I'm going to make a little sandwich, leg, pillow, leg. So it's not a huge twist, but it feels supportive and nice. Your arms can go out in a T. And you can keep looking neutral, or you can look the opposite way of your knees. Coming back to center, pausing before the second side, bringing your pelvis back to neutral. You can have your feet on the ground, and then you decide. You don't have to do the same twist on the second side if you don't want to. You can start with feet on the ground, or you can draw the legs in. Going to the second side and deciding, maybe a pillow sandwich in your twist. This time it feels good to have my pillow under the leg. Arms in a T. And where would you like to gaze? Besides inward at your breath, you can look up to the sky or turn your head the opposite way of your knees. Consider closing your eyes, watching your body breathe. Notice where your attention is, on your beautiful color or on your breath. Slowly coming back to center. Making the adjustment so your spine feels like that long, neutral, kind of natural place. Pause here. Knees bent or legs straight. We'll take 3 breaths. And we'll do 3 bridges today, but we're going to do them slowly, feeling some strength in the legs and the buttocks. You can keep your pillow if you'd like, or take it out. Bend your knees. When you start, you can use the arms if you want. I'm going to suggest arms by your side, palms facing down, so you can actually use the arms if you want as well to press. But press into your heels so much that you feel the legs active, the buttocks is active, and you begin to lift your pelvis, but you're going slowly. You don't have to go very high. Very strong in the legs and the buttocks. You go to a place that feels just right. Try to push your feet down through the floor. And continue pushing down as you lower. Slow and steady. It's not about going up into a huge high bridge. Feel a lot of work in the legs and the buttocks. Maybe pressing the arms down. Here we go for the second one. These are slow. Good thing we're not doing 40 of them. Push down, rise up. slow motion to come down. Completely releasing before the third one, then pressing down. Buttocks active, maybe arms are active, smile is active. We are rising up into bridge. Slow and steady, and coming down slowly. When you land, let everything rest. You may have had a shallow breath for those bridges because we were really concentrating. So take a full inhale, full exhale. Now we'll come into supported bridge, bringing a bolster or blanket, a pillow, something underneath the pelvis. Gentle inversion. You can slide the pillow out if you'd like. Couple of options here. To start, you might like to take your feet a little wider, let your knees fall together, and you can add a cushion between your knees if you'd like. Your arms can stay resting on your belly, or it might feel good to take a cactus arm. And just a couple of times, maybe 3 maximum, you can gently roll the head side to side. Super slow, just releasing any tension that you may have created in those mega bridges. When you come back to center, let the head relax, the jaw, the space between your eyebrows, your forehead, your scalp, your cheekbones, whole face relaxing, whole head relaxing. Stay here, or maybe you would like to take your legs up into the sky. We'll spend about another minute here. And bring your feet back down. And yogi's choice here will take one more full body stretch before Shavasana. You can take that with your pelvis on the cushion, or if it's better, lift your hips and bring your pelvis back down onto the ground. And stretch your legs out. You might even take them a little wider toward the edge of your mat. Flex the ankles, toes toward the sky. Maybe reach the arms up and over. And just breathe into your whole body, front, sides, and back. Three more breaths. You can release your arms. If you're on the cushion, you'll need to bend your knees and lift up. You'll begin to set up for your Shavasana. If you need anything else before that, if you just want to windshield wiper the legs a couple of times, but when you're ready, you'll support the body in the best way possible for your rest. Maybe the cushions under your thighs and some support for your head and your neck. You might imagine that you're lying down on your color. So maybe your mat is your favorite color, but whatever you're lying on, if you'd like that to be your favorite color, add that in. Let yourself arrive. Take a couple sighs out of your mouth. My dogs. you would like to stay and rest longer, please do. Or you'll invite a few deep breaths now, filling up, remembering your vibrant color. On the exhales, allowing the color to soften. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. And maybe one more time, a full body stretch. Like you're greeting a new moment, going into your evening. You can bend your knees and roll into fetal pose on your side. Check in. Notice how you feel after your practice. Colors sometimes can help us calm, can help us find joy. You may notice some of that around your day, throughout your life. And bring yourself up to sit. Hands come to touch in front of your heart. Grateful for our time together to practice, to move our bodies, to breathe, and to connect. I appreciate you being here. Take great care. Namaste.